What is up, everybody? Solomon here. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Tuesday. We had a ton of news come out today. We've got DBS Bank basically stating that they're opening up a cryptocurrency exchange. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and I believe Litecoin were included in that. We're going to go over that in a second here. But I really wanted to get into Brad Garlinghouse's recent tweet, which essentially he retweets another guy that had interviewed him, and Brad basically stating that XRP is not a security in the UK. So this is extremely interesting to me as well. I wanted to start with this, and I wanted to start with the total market cap of crypto in general. And by the way, if you see any scam ads on this video, please do not participate in that. Obviously, you can see the video on this one. So what is up, everybody? Let me know if you like this down in the comments section. If not, I will remove my face. All right. So the total market cap of crypto right now, including Bitcoin, 405 billion, 107 million, $146,070, right? What's interesting to me about this is we have not seen these numbers since 2018. Back in 2018, we hit 443 billion, 794 million. This was like right before all of this went down. And you always talk in bull and bear markets. The signs of a bull market are obviously higher lows. So we are seeing higher lows here for total market cap of crypto. You guys know that I don't get into charting, but this is pretty common sense to see what's going on right now. Not to say that it couldn't drop off a cliff at any time because it's crypto, but I know Bitcoin is where it's at right now. What is it at, like 13,400 last time I looked? And as a disclaimer, I actually don't hold Bitcoin either. That may be my mistake. I always say, do your own research in this space. I just tend to stay away from almost every proof of work coin with the exception of Ethereum, just because I've seen Ethereum tied into so much. Bitcoin is at $13,674. If you're not aware, Bitcoin hasn't closed above 12K more than like 2 times, maybe 3 times in its history. So on the weekly, and this is big. I mean, but we could see this could change very much. So we know this is crypto, and it's all it's all the Wild West still, in my opinion, as far as utility goes. But it's nice to see the market picking up. I was actually waiting, not financial advice, on confirmation that the weekly would close above 12K, and obviously we're much further above that. That again is not financial advice, but looking at some alts right now, very much so. All right. Now, this is really what I wanted to get into today. All right, Brad Garlinghouse, who we all know, the CEO of Ripple, put this tweet out today and retweeted with a comment this Ryan Brown. Now, if you're not aware, Ryan Brown is a tech reporter for CNBC. And what I want to get into, though, is that it looks like he had an interview with Brad Garlinghouse here. And this retweet is very interesting to me. I spoke with Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse about the crypto company's threat to leave the United States. He says he was in London recently and that the United Kingdom's Financial Conduct Authority, which is pretty much the head regulator in the UK from my understanding, we'll go over that in a second, offered quote unquote clarity that XRP is not a security. So you've got Brad Garlinghouse essentially stating that in the UK he has been assured by the Financial Conduct Authority, one of the head regulators, that XRP is not a security. Obviously, Brad agrees with that conversation happening with the Financial Conduct Authority because he actually retweeted it. And then Brad goes on a thread here saying that the United Kingdom's Financial Conduct Authority and the Monetary Authority of Singapore have been leaders for years in providing clarity on using / trading digital assets, / trading assets. No surprise that both countries have traditional FIs leaning into using this technology. DBS, one of the largest banks in Singapore, we'll see here in a second, pre-announcement, which is a little bit of a funny way of wording it, because what happened is DBS made this announcement on their website and then immediately deleted it. Pre-announcement today is a prime example. We're going to go over that too. Some have suggested Ripple was fleeing the United States. Let me unequivocally say that this is absolutely not the case. We are proud. We are a proud-based United States company and would like to stay here, but a lack of regulatory clarity and level playing field is forcing us to evaluate other jurisdictions. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Now, Financial Conduct Authority, if you were not aware, this is the institution that essentially told Brad that the feeling in the UK is that XRP is not a security. The Financial Conduct Authority is the conduct regulator for nearly 60,000 financial services firms and financial markets in the United Kingdom, and the prudential supervisor for 49,000 firms, setting specific standards for 19,000 firms. So obviously a big deal that institution would give some clarity as to XRP's status. So now we've got the Federal Reserve Fed payments improvement. I'm going to go over the DBS bank announcement here in a second as well. This is collaborating around the core. This is at the 2020 Chicago Payment Symposium. What is interesting down here is you've got all these big players in here, and then you've also got digital money right on the Federal Reserve's website. Public digital money facilitates innovation by enabling anyone to participate or deploy code. Digital money, people. Permission of blockchain is private, with access limited to certain participants. Panelists said digital money can make payments more accessible to the unbanked, facilitate cross-border payments, and allow payments that aren't limited to accounts linked to a single financial institution. The next several years will be critical, to prove our additional use cases and understanding what technical infrastructures will best meet market needs. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, said the focus has to be on present-day problems and not always on futuristic visions. And I think David Schwartz kind of echoed that sentiment whenever he was talking about fixing the domestic systems as far as payments are concerned. Last mile of domestic payment systems, even when it deals with international money transfer. Brad is echoing this sentiment right here. You can't have instantaneous settlement, or it doesn't make sense to, until you've fixed all the inefficiencies in the current system, right? And I believe that very much so is what we're seeing across the board right now. I hope that it's not several years until we see this fully come to fruition, and I'm sure it's not, because we know that certain things are going to be turned on prior to, and there's all sorts of other initiatives tying into this. ISO 20022 in the Euro system and the Big Bang that I talked about yesterday. So it's very interesting to me how this is all going to roll out. It's fascinating, as a matter of fact. And this panel that he was on, Brad, for the Chicago Payment Symposium, also on this panel was MIT. We've got Brad there. We've got Consensus, who is a huge player in this space. We've got the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Interesting, Brad just mentioned them. And DBS just made that announcement. And we've got the co-founder and CEO of Sila. All right, now this is the DBS announcement. Giant bank opened a cryptocurrency exchange. This is DBS. If you're not aware, DBS is a Singaporean multinational banking and financial services corporation headquartered in Marina Bay, Singapore. The company was known as the Development Bank of Singapore Limited before the present name was adopted on 21st of July 2003. Blah, blah, blah. $10.28 billion in revenue as of 2016 and 24,174 employees as of 2017. They've also got some subsidiaries as well. Nets is interesting to me. All right, but the announcement here, and they deleted this right from their website shortly after announcing this, but we all know that it's coming, right? Like, DBS Bank is launching a crypto exchange with multi-fiat support. If you're not aware, fiat is like the US dollar, all of our national-based currencies. That's what they call fiat, if you're just watching this for the first time. The bank will offer crypto custodian and security token services as well. Now, Singapore's largest lender, DBS, launching a digital currency exchange, allowing both institutional and retail customers to trade cryptocurrencies against multiple fiats. This is giant, people. This is a giant bank custodying cryptocurrency and allowing trading of cryptocurrency against fiat. That's what I want to see for adoption. But again, they deleted this right from their website, which is interesting, apparently. The bank updated its website showing the upcoming crypto exchange service, but later took the page down. The cash aid service of the now deleted web page is still available. I actually tried clicking on that and I couldn't even get onto the cash aid one. Now this is through DBS. This is going to be dubbed DBS Digital Exchange. The crypto trading platform is planning to list at first, I'm sure, the four top cryptos: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Bitcoin Cash against multiple fiats. I may have said Litecoin earlier. I was mistaken, obviously. Including the Singapore dollar, US dollar, Hong Kong dollar, and the Japanese yen. Digital assets are poised to be the future of tomorrow's digital economy. The now deleted DBS webpage noted. And this is what we talk about all the time on this channel. These banks know what's coming. These large tech integrators that do all the legacy banking upgrades and everything else, they know what's coming. All of these, all of the institutions worldwide know what's coming. All of the major corporations, the monopolized corporations in certain industries know what's coming. It's just a matter of when, you know. And I love when these announcements get announced and then they get removed from the website. Like, oh, nobody saw it. So yeah, pay attention to DBS and pay attention to Singapore. I know Crypto Eddie talks about Singapore all the time. They are further ahead. The UK is further ahead. Japan is further ahead. Countries like Brazil further ahead as far as digital asset adoption is concerned. Now, I do want to get into this. I want to talk a little bit about Vechain. I've got some IOTA on this as well. This is Vechain, Renji Hospital, and DNV GL Health. And DNV is big, by the way. And this is this My Trust, My Care, My Health. These are all Vechain run platforms. I did research into DNV a while ago. They've got this like My whatever brand, and it's a trademark through DNV now. My Health, I may be getting it slightly wrong, but it's those are all Vechain initiatives. Anytime you see the My whatever brand through DNV, it's essentially a Vechain platform at this point. Vechain, Renji Hospital, and DNV GL held strategic partnerships signing ceremony to launch world's first blockchain intelligent tumor treatment center, and that's awesome, regardless, because that's obviously a very good initiative. Now, this is we talked about that. The Intelligent Tumor Treatment Center is a transparent, efficient, and traceable medical management solution powered by Vechain toolchain. So that's big for Vechain. I'm a big advocate and believer in Vechain as well. I think that they're going to do great things. Not only that they are tied in with China from a government standpoint, but just their partnerships and everything else kind of speak for themselves to me. They're one of just a handful that I really plan on just holding long term. Me personally, not financial advice. I would put Hashgraph in that group for myself personally. XRP is one of those as well. Ethereum's probably one of those, unless they just don't ever scale, which I don't know. I'm a big supporter of Ethereum. I've seen them in many documents. So, what was it yesterday? I put out that $1 trillion worth of transactions, or whatever it was through Ethereum. All right, this came out as well today. This is JP Morgan's JPM Coin is live. Interestingly enough, Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, if you were not aware and you were not here in 2017, the dude was literally saying he was going to fire employees of his if they were even thinking about investing in blockchain. Meanwhile, in 2018, they found out that JP Morgan was starting to hoard Bitcoin, and we can see that they rolled out their JPM Coin initiative, I think, in like early 2019, or at least that they were planning on doing it. So investment banking giant JP Morgan is about to see the first commercial transactions with its own cryptocurrency, JPM Coin. Now, here's the actual release. This is through CNBC. JP Morgan creates new unit for blockchain projects, says the technology is close to making money. JP Morgan Chase said its digital currency, JPM Coin, is being used, and I apologize if you hear my dogs barking in the background. JPM Coin is being used commercially for the first time this week by a large technology client to send payments around the world. So there are all these initiatives that we were hearing about are obviously starting to go live, and I don't think that it's going to be any different once we have regulatory clarity, in my opinion, of XRP, because it is going to come at some point. And if that hopefully is positive regulatory clarity, what do you think all these banking institutions, all these legacy institutions that are tied in with Ripple, when XRP obviously seamlessly integrates into the platform? I'm not saying that Ripple moves tie into XRP price valuations, because they obviously don't. We know that. We've seen that. But once regulatory clarity is made and it comes, and that's going to come, what do you think is going to happen whenever you've got all of these decentralized cryptos? And XRP is decentralized too, but there's a feeling that there's something backing XRP, even though there's not. And you've got all of these institutions tied in with RippleNet. XRP, we know the utility of XRP. I just think it's a no-brainer as to where that goes in the long term, assuming the regulatory clarity is on a positive light, or is in a positive light, which I think it will be. A couple of other interesting things. I'm going to rapid fire through this. PayPal considers buying crypto firms. This is from CryptoReporter.com, so take this with a gigantic grain of salt. This is real quick, though. I saw it because Bitco came up on another thing that I found today. PayPal plans to expand its crypto market presence, may soon acquire Bitcoin custodian Bitco. Interestingly enough, I found that Ripple and custodial service Bitco shift almost 300 million XRP during the last 20 hours. I don't think this had anything to do with escrow, but you know, potentially. But this 300 million XRP was shifted between Ripple, BitGo, and on-demand liquidity, aka XRP corridor Bitstamp. So PayPal potentially looking to acquire BitGo. Now, I don't think that this report talks about BitGo. This is through Bloomberg, and I'm not subscribing. Sorry, but okay. India's Tata consultancy service partners with Australian neobank Volt to power new banking as a service platform. I'll try to link the Tata videos that I've done in this video as well. We do know that Tata has a cloud platform that very much so is going to have custody of cryptocurrency, as well as trade settlement and clearing activities dealing with crypto assets. So I always pay attention to Tata. We know that their Quartz blockchain solution ties directly in with Ripple, as well as I believe Hyperledger. I'm sure R3 is involved in that as well. But I always pay attention to Tata. They're a giant. So this neobank Volt, if you want to check out Volt here, this is not Neo, the digital asset, I don't believe. This is just saying that it's a neobank. This is the website. It's voltbank.com.au. All right, moving forward, I found a couple of longer blockchain papers that have come out recently. This is the future of agricultural technologies. Definitely mentions blockchain. I do believe that I saw a hash graph in this one. Yes, I saw a hash graph in this one versus DAG versus Holochain. So you can take a look at this if you want to, if you feel the need to look this up. There wasn't anything huge in this, but I'm going to rapid fire through these. This is GDF. This is Global Digital Finance. Now, this institution has some bigger members like DTCC, etc., that I think are very much so more interesting. But this is the age of public digital currency. Now, I read through this. It's 20 pages long. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it does talk quite a bit about stablecoins in this. And it talks about current solutions for stablecoins as well. I believe Binance USD is on here. True USD, Huobi, Make or Die, Paxos, Centra, Tether, Gemini. But what's interesting is if you go onto GDF's website here, some of the members directory are very interesting to me. We could see, if you go down, DLA Piper is huge. They're tied in with Hashgraph. DTCC, I don't even think needs an explanation. I mean, DTCC is tied in with, you know, hundreds of trillions of dollars of derivatives clearing on a yearly basis. We got EY, which I talked about yesterday, Ernst & Young, one of the big four consulting firms, along with, Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers. I always forget the last one, but I think I actually have it in this video, the last one. ING. Now, ING, you could do a little bit more research too if you want to as well, because they've got this IntelliChain thing that runs on Ripple. I posted a thing about Coil to that. I've done a video on that in the past. So, I mean, Ledger, I mean, you guys get it. But yeah, if you want to check this out, it's GDF. So this is this blockchain group. Now, I told you I had IOTA news as well. IOTA joins project funded by Japanese National Research and Development Agency, NEDO, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, NEDO, to build first ever artificial intelligence and distributed ledger technology based predictive maintenance system. IOTA is just another one of those that I definitely pay attention to. We obviously know IOTA is not blockchain, it's Tangle, but I pay attention to IOTA because I've seen them tied in with quite a lot of organizations, institutions, et cetera, et cetera. Not one of my largest holdings, but definitely one of my holdings. Again, 100% not financial advice. All right, I found an article today about Noom. This is time to improve unit economics. Probably nothing crazy in here, but this is very much so. Noom is obviously a Ripple client. So if you want to check this out, you can look this up. I'm not going to dive too deep into this because I know this video is already getting long. Now, I found this also today. Forum of Experts, FinTech. Implementing a central bank digital currency, lessons learned and key insights policy report. Central Bank Digital Currencies Working Group, October 2020. Obviously, they talk about stablecoins very much so in this. CBDC pilots, technology issues for retail CBDCs. If you want to check this out, you definitely can. I do believe that this talks about the e-krona, the sand dollar. Is this the one? Yeah, the sand dollar, the e-krona, the e-peso. All of these nations, ladies and gentlemen, are 100% going to have central bank, quote unquote, national digital currencies or central bank digital currencies that are going to work in tandem with fiat, because I don't think fiat, maybe in some of these more exotic regions, fiat tends to go away much quicker than you've got like these powerhouse fiats such as like the US dollar, etc. But I expect very much so, at least in the interim, maybe for the next decade or so, that once these projects roll out, we see fiat working in tandem with these central bank digital currencies very much so, because they do not want to upend the apple cart and completely upset the system. In my opinion, like I said, maybe an exotic, some of these exotic nations, they do just go full digital, but that from a national scale, imagine the United States doing that. There would be like mutiny, not mutiny. It'd be like there would be a huge issue with many of the people that live in this country if they just went to that. But it will be a phased approach, and I do believe 100% at some point everything goes digital. I think that's just the path that we've seen. Everything just goes digital, not even just finance, but everything. All right, KPMG is one of the big four that I forgot for consulting firms. KPMG LLP and Coinmetrics enter a strategic alliance. Now, this is to deliver trusted data and insights, proprietary analytics, and crypto asset services to support growth in institutional adoption of crypto assets and public blockchains. This alliance pairs Coinmetrics' full suite of institutional data products and infrastructure with KPMG Chain Fusion, a patent-pending suite of capabilities announced in June. So pretty self-explanatory where all this goes. I think that the XRP Financial Conduct Authority regulatory clarity directly coming from Brad Garlinghouse's mouth is gigantic. That's not to say that that's the way that the U.S. goes, though. I mean, we know that the SEC has not made a decision. We know that Judge Phyllis Hamilton still has, I think it's 4 open issues in the securities case, or in the case period for Ripple, and it may be a couple more than that. Obviously, some of those deal with XRP potentially being a security. So I don't know if this is just delaying or what it is, because she's had the case on the docket now for months. We keep seeing these little tiny steps forward. So I'm curious to see where this goes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you liked the video. If not, I am completely fine with removing my face from this also. But I just wanted to do a little bit of a change of pace. I also upgraded my YouTube banner and stuff. But hey, I appreciate all the support. If there's news tomorrow, I'll definitely present it. Do not participate in scams. Always do your own research. This is not financial advice. I am 100% not a financial advisor. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you tomorrow if there's news to present. All right, later.